What's going on, party people? I go by the name of Presise. I'm here with my man Hakiim, Mr. Real Estate. Today is going to be a special day because it is the first time that I am doing this video for you guys. So let me tell you the reason why I'm doing it. For years I've been dealing with clients, trying to talk to them, tell them what to do, tell them how to fix their business. And there's always some issues, man. These people don't listen. So I said, you know what? How can I talk to the people that really want the information? This is how. We're going to broadcast it to everybody, and the people who like it will subscribe and will comment and will enjoy the information and will take it and get some money. So Hakiim, tell me about your background and give our audience, some information about how you got started.
Okay. A little bit about me. I'm a real estate broker and investor, specializing in foreclosures and flipping properties. I have about 17 years of experience in the business. Back when I got started, I wanted to learn as much as I can about real estate investing. I wanted to be an investor. Read all the books and seen several things about millionaires and becoming successful and building wealth through real estate. I got into the business by becoming a real estate agent and learning the business from the inside out. Entrepreneur has always been, in my bloodline. I've always, from growing up, I've always, sold mixtapes,
right.
Sold potato chips, at the basketball court.
Candy.
Yeah, candy. Yeah, I've always had that hustler, that entrepreneur spirit in me.
Right. So I want to talk about some of the pros and cons of being an entrepreneur, because it's not for everybody.
No, not at all.
It's hard work. I mean, what I would say that in talking about the cons first is the time.
Sure.
So normally you work a 9 to 5, you work 40 hours a week, maybe 35. If you're a young exec, you may work 50, but as an entrepreneur, man, you work 60, 80 hours. Man.
Definitely.
60, 80 hours, and it doesn't end at 5 o'clock. I know for me,
sure.
9 p.m., 10 p.m., 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, I'm up grinding.
Yeah.
You're doing paperwork, you're emailing back clients, you're doing all kind of stuff.
Sure.
With a regular person, by 6 o'clock, they kicking their feet up watching TV.
Exactly.
So that's one of the things that, it's hard to make that transition if it's not for you.
Definitely. As far as the time concept as being an entrepreneur, you're your own boss.
Right.
Time, you're your own boss, secretary, assistant, motivator, the whole 9 yards. So when it comes to getting the business done, you have to rely on yourself.
The pro to the time thing is you have a wide open schedule.
Sure.
And you could do what you want to do when you want to do it. Of course, you may be working at 9 p.m. at night, but you could take a 2-hour lunch, 3-hour, 4-hour.
Yeah, that's the luxuries.
Hop on a vacation in Wednesday, middle of the week. You know what I mean? Your time is extremely flexible. Of course, now it affects your bottom line, especially when it's just you or maybe you and one other person. But, it is 2017. You could do your job from anywhere.
That's true.
So if you get it set up properly, you could do it from anywhere, and your business is online, then you could, manage your time how you see fit. So you may still be putting in 60, 70 hours, but you have way more breaks than the regular person and way more control over your time.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes both ways depending on who you are.
No, it does.
You know what I mean? Because it's extremely flexible. What I found is the most important thing with being an entrepreneur is motivation. Some people think it's all about the idea. I don't know what to do, how to run a business, dealing with clients. But for me, motivation is everything. Again, it's 2017. Whatever you don't know, Google and YouTube will help you.
It's available.
So the information, the how-to is easy. I'm on YouTube all day, every day, looking up all kind of random stuff.
Yeah.
But what I struggle with the most is motivation. And what I mean by this is, one is different. I've been doing this thing 20-something years. When I was younger, it was nothing. I didn't think anything about it.
Yeah.
But as you get older, you get more responsibility, kids, house, bills, other people relying on you. it becomes a struggle, man, because there's a
Sure.
lot of things going on. There's a lot of noise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people are pulling you left and right. So sometimes it's hard to kind of stay motivated. I mean, I still wake up early in the morning, 6 o'clock, only because I'm laying in the bed and I'm running through my mind all the things that I got to do.
Sure.
But a lot of times I don't want to get out the bed.
That's
You
true.
know what I mean?
That's true.
And
Yeah,
so,
real.
and you know, some people may have a fun job. You know, you may be a promoter, photographer, but what if you got a tire shop? You can't be motivated. I know ain't nobody motivated to change the tires. I don't care what you say. You know what I mean? You're doing it for the money. You're
For
doing
sure.
it just to do it or what have you. So I really wanted to talk about what actually motivates me. It's funny. A couple of years ago, a cousin of mine, we're not going to say his name, we was driving, having a conversation. And I was telling him that he got to get some stuff done, that he's dragging his feet. And he was like, yo, Presise, man, not everybody's self-motivated like you. And I was like, is that what you think? I was like, I want to lay in the bed more than you want to lay in the bed.
Sure.
But what I found to help me is to kind of like put little things to do, you know, little things that inspire you and little goals, to set goals, you know, obtainable goals in order to keep you moving when you really don't want to do it. And it varies for everybody. I mean, you know, whether it's buying a new car, you know, taking a trip, jewelry, clothes, you know, or just money, period. Sometimes, I mean, people always say money motivates you, but a lot of times money doesn't motivate you. It doesn't sustain you as much as it should.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me, what I do is, you know, I set little goals, things that I want to get, maybe material goals, or places that I want to go, and I tie that in to my daily goals, meaning like, if I gotta grind this money to pay rent, I gotta grind to take this trip equally.
For sure.
I make it equal to the standard bills and the day-to-day activities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Having fun is a part of it, at least for me, and that's what kind of keeps me motivated. And another thing I do is I look for ways to keep inspired. You know what I mean? I'll be on YouTube watching videos of motivational speakers.
Definitely.
I look at friends and family, people that are doing things, and be like, oh, he just bought the house? Oh, I got to go in. I got to grind. What about you?
Like for me, I always say this as a saying that I always use, and everyone laughs at me because I always say I got kids to feed.
Right.
You know, that's my motivation.
Even though you don't got no kids.
Even though I don't have any kids, that's my
Right.
that's my motivation. And like in my subconscious, in the back of my mind, what it really means is I want to position myself and build a stable foundation for my family. So that's the ultimate goal. You know, the ultimate goal is to provide for my family, my immediate family, and laying that foundation. But on a daily, the daily motivation and the daily goals, you know, I do the same. I look for different things that are going on, different things to encourage me, different things to inspire me, to give me that extra push. Like just this morning, I was looking up another real estate investor, a friend of mine. He's doing a new construction project. That's immediate motivation for me, just seeing, you know, someone on the same level playing field doing big projects or taking on, you know, large investment opportunities. You know, those are motivations. So you look at, you know, other things that are going on around you, other people that inspire you.
Well, yeah, definitely. In terms of the people that inspire you, you have to surround yourself with people that are doing equally as well, or even a little bit better.
Yeah, that's key.
Yeah,
that's key.
At all times.
At all times.
At all times. Because I know for me, with my network of clients, everybody are business owners and entrepreneurs. So every day somebody is doing something new and different, and I see it, and then I try to incorporate that within my life.
Definitely.
I mean, versus on the flip side, if you were surrounded by people that had no job and was watching TV all day and stuff like that, then you'll be on the phone talking to them about what's going on the reel, or on this show, and on that show. You know what I mean? The people that I surround myself with are talking about moves and trips and stuff like that. So I have no choice but to get into it. So tell me, you know, the process of that transition from having a 9-to-5 to becoming an entrepreneur.
I worked at SunTrust and decided to get into real estate. You know, I wanted to learn from the inside, so I signed up for real estate school.
Right.
Went to real estate school, worked on getting my license, and I actually obtained my real estate license back when I was 21.
Okay.
So from there, you know, I started networking, started going out to different real estate events, try to put myself in a mix of people, you know, different things that are going on. I still maintained my job. That was key. As an entrepreneur, I think it's important to maintain your current employment, what brings income in, pays the bills, keeps the lights on, as you're branching out and taking that step into being an entrepreneur. So it took several months, you know, even though I believe a little over a year of working and building my business as an entrepreneur.
What about this though? Some people be like, I don't have the time. If I'm working a 9 to 5, by the time I get home, I'm tired. Didn't you go from working full time to working part time before you quit?
Yeah, I used to always looked at it as my income shifted from the money that I was making in real estate started to impact the money I would make from SunTrust.
Right.
I started, you know, cutting back on the hours at SunTrust and giving more time into real estate, where it started to tip the scale. I started making more money in real estate, and working the 9 to 5 became less and less of a priority.
Right.
So that's how how it balanced out for me. I put the work in, and as the real estate business grew, I backed down on working the 9 to 5 until I could do it full time. So you kind of
smoothly transitioned. I didn't have such a transition. I was kind of like always hustling and always being an entrepreneur. Like, you know, I'm 42 now. The last job I had was at CompUSA when I was 19. Okay. And even then, I was going to school full time, throwing parties, DJing. I was just kind of like just doing it. It wasn't no major plan like I want to be an entrepreneur. It's just, this is what I did. I had fun doing it. And it started growing to the point where I couldn't do everything, so we quit the job. You know, I kind of was thrust into it, so I was kind of doing it. I never set up no format, you know, no kind of structure, so it kind of made it difficult to sustain it. And I think a lot of people have that issue, like you quit your 9 to 5, you technically become an entrepreneur, but you know, you have no business plan, you know, no proper account, you're not incorporated, you don't know anything about taxes and business licenses. And also, you don't know nothing about growth and being able to expand your company. Because I actually had that issue in the beginning. It's called scaling. So, you know, there's 4 levels of finance. You could be an employee, right? Have a job. Or you could be self-employed, meaning that you work for you, right? Then you could be a business owner, which means other people also work for you. And the final level in life that we're all trying to get to is you be an investor, meaning your money now works for you. And then that's it. Some people struggle between being self-employed and being a business owner, which I struggled with. Because like I said, I kind of, at 19, I was doing it. And the problem was the structure was missing, and more importantly, being able to scale my business. Because I was in a service business where most of my clients came to me because of me. I hired other designers, but my clients wanted me to do the work.
Exactly, it came to you for
I couldn't scale it properly because, you know, I had other people working, but my clients wanted me, and I couldn't do everything. And it took me years to figure out what the problem was. And the problem was, when you scale a business, even when you're an entrepreneur and you work in the service industry, you have to develop procedures and processes that you do the same all the time. And everybody involved in what you do it that same particular way. Even if they have their own style to it, they still have to follow this format, and you apply that format across the board. That no matter if you're there, you're participating or not, it's still going to exist without you. And then you could grow it into something else. And that was some of the problems that I had.
Okay.
Because, I was just kind of like doing the business.
Sure.
Not documenting anything, not setting up anything, just kind of like functioning.
Yeah.
Made a whole bunch of money, then lost a whole bunch of money.
Because the system wasn't in place.
Yeah, the system wasn't in place.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that you can look up online. Another major problem, I call this analysis paralysis. And a lot of my clients go through this. You spend most of your time trying to figure out your master plan to the point where you're actually doing zero. You're doing nothing all the time. You're figuring out, you're perfecting stuff. Like, for example, this video. This is my first video. It might be a little cheesy. It might sound cheesy. The lighting may be bad, but I guarantee you by the third one, it's going to be better. And by the sixth one, it's going to be even better. Another major problem. And when clients come to me, I already know who's going to win and who's going to lose. And the people that lose all have one thing in common, so don't do it. They spend too much time worrying about the details. Mm-hmm. If a client come to me, they want to do a business with a nail product or a hair product or, a lipstick line. Mm-hmm. And then they spend most of the time talking about, the color has to be like this. And my flyer, my site have to have these words, and this color is not right, and this image, and they're spending months talking about colors and images and not selling no product. Guaranteed loss. Every last one that have done that has lost. Okay. You just gotta dive in, go out, move the product, and then polish it as you go. Get feedback from your audience, either in person at trade shows or online, and then adjust it accordingly, come back and put out a more refined product, but you have to put it out.
That's true.
Right?
You have to get started. Yes.
Yeah, man. So this entrepreneur stuff, man, it's not easy, but I wouldn't do it no other way. It's definitely fun. There's ups, there's downs, there's a lot of downs, a lot of downs. But man, being able to just wake up when I want to do what I want to is like everything to me. This is Presise. This is the first of many. Leave some comments, man. If you like it, subscribe. I need some subscribers. I may be giving away something for the first 10 subscribers. I'm going to come up with something good. So please subscribe. And if you don't like it, hey, man, tell me what I could do differently. Tell me what I could do better. And I will take your advice under consideration and make some moves. So I'll see you later. All right? Peace.